Welcome to this week's episode of 180 and 180. I'm Bill Wallace, and I want to continue on this theme of talking about relationships and the challenge of having real relationships, in particular relationships without a mask. And I want to do that in light of the most important relationship that any one of us can have, and that's our relationship with God. It's a powerful idea to be able to know that there is a creator of the universe and he wants to be in a relationship with us. He wants to have a conversation with us. And are we willing and able to do that? There was a youth conference that I went to a long time ago, back when I was in high school, that had this really clever theme. The theme of it was pray naked. And I thought, man, that's brilliant. If you want to get a bunch of kids to come to a conference, call it that. But really, when we got there, it was so good because their whole theme was talking about how oftentimes when we pray, when we're talking to God, we still wear masks. We wear masks in all different aspects of our life. We do that all the time. But when we talk to God, we're still wearing a mask. We're still putting up a front. We're still pretending like we want to somehow keep something away from Him. We don't want to be fully exposed. And so that conference pushed us to pray naked, to be vulnerable, to be exposed, to just be who we are and just have a conversation with God. Because that's all He really wanted from us in the first place. And again, think about it. If God is real, if there really is a creator of the universe, that He knows us already. And that can be a little scary and intimidating, but it also means, boy, we sure don't need a mask, do we? There's nothing that He hasn't already seen or doesn't already know. We don't need to wear this mask like, oh God, I'm going to pray with this fancy language and I'm going to ask for these things and these things which make me sound pious and holy and important. No, He just wants to talk. He just wants to talk with you. He wants to hear what you really have to say. You don't need that mask on. So put it down and just have an honest conversation with them. Be honest about your questions and your doubts. Be honest about what you might need in your life. What's the worst that's going to happen? He's going to see you exactly as who you really are. Well, he does that already. So it's a theme that I admit has stayed with me ever since, and not just because of the kid-friendly imagery there, but because it was something that I thought, man, that needs to be true for me, and I think for a lot of us. There is a God in the universe who, for some strange reason, likes having conversations with every single one of us individually. Are we willing to do that in a real way? To build a real relationship with Him, to take off our masks, to pray naked, to be exposed, and really talk to God. If you've never done that, if you haven't allowed yourself to do that before, I challenge you to consider doing that today, this very weekend. Would you really build that relationship with God? Pray naked and see where that might lead. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here next week.